We are live at 5 o'clock. We start out with breaking news tonight. A Charlotte activist is under a federal investigation accused of taking advantage of homeless people to defraud Medicaid. I'm Scott Wickersham.
And I'm Hannah Getz. Chopper 9 Sky Zoom captured investigators at two properties owned by Cedric Dean. Now, Dean has been well documented through the years. He is the founder of Save Sons Against Violence Everywhere. He's also a self-proclaimed homeless advocate.
Dean says he has bought single-family homes to turn into group homes and that he ran a program at this hotel where he says he tried to provide food, shelter, and treatment for people in need. Well, now court documents say Dean obtained Medicaid information from people at some shelters and then turned that into money for himself.
Channel 9's Joe Bruno is live tonight at the federal courthouse. Joe.
Well, feds here say that Cedric Dean would only give homeless people housing or meals if they provided him with their Medicaid information. You might recognize Dean from some of our past stories. He claims that he's an advocate for the homeless, but now he's accused of using the homeless for his own personal gain.
I truly feel that the city of Charlotte needs to be held accountable.
Now feds say they want to hold Cedric Dean accountable. In June, we met to do an interview in front of the community activist's house on Youngblood Road in the Palisades neighborhood. Today, feds paid a visit. They want the government to seize it, saying he bought it with money tied to a health care and Medicaid fraud scheme. Feds say they spoke to 8 witnesses who either worked or lived in one of Cedric Dean's properties, and they told investigators that Dean and his workers would get Medicaid information from people living on the street or in homeless encampments. Feds say Dean used that information to submit claims for services that were not provided. In one case, they say he claimed to have provided 54 services for someone who was dead. Feds say Cedric Dean Holdings billed the Medicaid program at least $14.5 million from September 2024 to June 2025 and received nearly $9 million. This graphic, provided in court documents, shows how some of the money was routed to accounts that were used to pay for cars and houses. Those houses included the Youngblood property, a house on McChesney Drive in the Highland Creek area, plus 2 homes in Shelby. Feds are now trying to seize them, along with 5 vehicles and all the cash in the bank accounts where the Medicaid money was stored. The feds are also pointing out Dean's income. They say from 2018 to 2024, he earned a total of $164,000. But then last fall and winter, his income increased to $10,000 a week. Now, it is important to note that he is not facing any criminal charges at this point. That investigation is still ongoing. I reached out to Cedric today, but he did not message me back. Reporting live in Uptown, Joe Bruno, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
All right, Joe, thank you. Now, Cedric Dean has already spent more than 28 years in prison in 2 separate convictions. At age 16, he was convicted of robbery and spent 5 years in state prison. He was later convicted of selling crack cocaine and spent time in federal prison before being released in 2017. CMPD arrested Dean back in May for misdemeanor breaking and entering. But the report noted Dean has been charged with previous violent and property crimes, including assault with a deadly weapon and kidnapping. And earlier this year, a woman and her baby died while staying at the North Charlotte hotel he operated. Dean said the death was the fault of a previous manager's responsibility. He also used a Fayetteville hotel to help the homeless, and that one was shut down for permit issues. Now, Medicaid fraud can be easy to commit because the Medicaid office presumes all claims are accurate. Typically, a person hands over their Medicaid information at a doctor's office or treatment center. Now, that provider is supposed to give treatment and then sends the bill to Medicaid, and Medicaid sends money to the doctor's office or treatment center to reimburse them. In this case, though, the feds say the people were not getting the treatment. You can find our complete coverage of today's raid on Cedric Dean's properties, plus the previous convictions and allegations against him on WSOC-TV.com.